I'm AG of Order Militaris Radio TV, or with Brother Alexis Bonello. We'll be talking about our charity called Crosses There, which is helping Ukrainians in dire need, and our guys are calling for more funds to go help more people. So we have so many examples of false Christianity and false Christians in America where they ask you to give them money and all they do is buy fancy suits, another jet, another fancy house, and then they go on the warpath against those, literally asking for money to help those who have nothing. We can speak of experience on this. We've been attacked because of this. And we are asking for you to help us because we are pretty much the only one in the West raising funds to help Ukrainian Christians. And the thing is, we see every day on Twitter by the Ukrainians, and it's just horrible. Just the other day, we saw a video from the Ukrainian military trying to walk through bomb craters to get to a post office in hopes for whatever little food there is to give. And then we see horrors from World War II that hasn't been seen in 70 years. 70 years. Boxes of gold teeth and the torture implements that the Russian military used to pull out of Ukrainians. And our guys are going into liberated towns and seeing all this themselves. And now they're calling because they have more places to go because of how fast the Ukrainian military is liberating towns. And when they go in with them, they see the horror and they gotta help these people. And we're here with the president of the charity, Brother Alexis Bonolo.
Thank you, AJ, for joining me in this appeal. We have a wonderful group of volunteers, U.S. vets who are unpaid, who are working with Crosses There in the Ukraine. They're even cutting back on their own food. So I saw them in the recent video. They're more emaciated than I saw them in July, because I couldn't afford to stay anymore in the Ukraine, I pulled out. But as president, it's my duty to raise funds for the nonprofit. And I got a desperate message from our manager, a U.S. veteran of the Army and logistics expert, that they need funds. They're running out. And I sent them all the cash I had that I didn't have absolute need of in October. I just sent $750. That's so I have enough at least to go to the supermarket twice or thrice in the month. And I don't have a bank account. I don't have income, but I know this is the right thing to do. And there are people who need it more than I, because people are dying because they have no medical services. We're the only organization that I know of and that our volunteers know of that's distributing IV fluid and the equipment necessary to administer it to people who are wounded on the front lines in the Kharkiv province. And now the need is much more desperate because we are literally out of funds. We have just like $100. Our volunteers only have $100. So I sent $750. I'm doing this program because we need a lot more. We need at least $4,000 a month, and that we're a small charity. So you can put aside what you hear in the media. Everyone in Ukraine is Christian. All the soldiers are Christian. They're painting crosses on their tanks. If there's any Christian in the West who thinks he shouldn't support Ukraine because they're somehow evil liberals, you've been brainwashed.
Mhm.
It's true. A lot of evil liberals are helping Ukraine, but that doesn't make them evil liberals.
Mhm.
So I think we need to open our hearts to these people. We're saving lives of Christians, and we're an organization dedicated to saving lives of Christians. As Aish said, there are many who ask for your money who have not that interest. So we appeal to you to be generous. AJ, under this video, and I myself, and all the platforms we share, we're going to put links to the donation page. And I ask you to send a bank wire because that's the quickest way the money can get there. You could also send donations by PayPal, but that would be delayed about 2 weeks because we have to transfer it from one account to another. We do have a nonprofit that works with us in North America. And you could send donations directly to Order Militaris, which is a bit faster, but it's not deductible. So now I want to show you some of the videos of what we're doing in the Ukraine. And this is, hopefully this works. This is going to be share screen. Okay.
So
Now in this first video, you see some Ukrainian military medics.
there. Now hit it.
You see-
Okay,
Are you,
play.
are you seeing it?
Yeah, play it.
Okay. Okay, so you won't be able to hear the audio because of the, I'm just using a cheap $200 laptop. We don't waste money in the order. These are 4 Ukrainian medics in front line in the Kharkiv district. And they're saying in Ukrainian how thankful they are for the equipment we brought them. IV fluid, all the things necessary to administer it to patients, syringes, and to save money, we buy all this stuff in the Ukraine, so we don't have to import it, so we don't have the legal issues. And then we transport to the actual frontline battlefield triage hospitals where it's saving people's lives. And for about $5, you can save one life. That's 2 bottles of IV fluid and the tubes necessary to administer it. Ukraine doesn't have a blood supply. The only way you could get a blood donation is if someone lies down in the bed next to you and they do a transfusion live without any filtering, without any testing on what diseases the other person has. It's very, very risky. And they're very thankful for the help they got. And here's another video that shows what we did in conjunction with 4 other charities to bring needed supplies to a village that was recently liberated and where the people were literally starving because the Russians had taken everything from them. This was in September 27th. Here's our manager.
Yep.
It was food and supplies for 150 families. We provided fund supplies and transportation.
Yeah.
So that's some of the kind of work we do, and we can only do it with you.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do here in the West by raising funds, AJ's in Kansas, I'm in Rome. That's all we can do is help raise funds. So I beg you to be generous. You can see me, I'm sitting in the kitchen here in our commandery in Rome. Like many of you, maybe you're watching this video in your kitchen. Can you share 100, 200, 500 this month? Even the volunteers are going malnourished. And, but there's a lot of people who are being liberated, tens of thousands of people who have been tortured, raped, their families have been murdered, they've been decimated, they're in total psychological shock. They have no money. Ukrainians are really poor people. They live in houses much lower quality than you find in Appalachia in the United States or some poor little town in Southern Europe. So here's your chance to be a real Christian, to break out of the narrative and to help Christians. Don't think of left or right. Think of helping Jesus Christ. Our religion shouldn't be politics. Our religion should be charity for fellow Christians. AJ, final words?
Yeah, in about 1 month, they will begin celebrating Advent on November 15th in the Julian calendar. They have nothing to begin their holiday preparation for their long fast for Advent. And then also the churches are in ruins. So please help them by donating to us at Crosses There. And God bless you and thank you.
And instead of thinking of sending useless Christmas presents, perhaps, think of a Christmas present for Jesus Christ in the Ukraine, because every person we help in his name, we're helping him.
Yep.
Thank you. God bless.
Yep. God bless.